Hi everyone, my name is Stacy Hawkins Adams, and I am delighted to be joining you today as one of the authors of Black Christian Reads. I wanted to start by first of all thanking you all who have read my books, who have read all of our books, and also those of you who have reviewed our books, because without you we couldn't do what we do. I'm actually sending a video during my slotted time rather than joining you live because I have a family commitment that I could not change. So what I'm going to do is sort of try to anticipate the questions I think you might have asked me had I been online live, and just kind of convey those answers and responses during this video. But then also please feel free to chime in with other questions and comments in the comment section as I'm sharing, and I will definitely be online later this evening, and I'll be sure to respond to your comments then. And I also will be doing a giveaway at the end of the video as my fellow authors are doing during their slotted time. So again, just as an opener, my name is Stacy Hawkins Adams. For those of you who have read my work or you're familiar with my work, thank you so much for reading. Knowing that I have ready and waiting readers really helps me through the writing process, so thank you for that. And for those of you who are not familiar with my work, I invite you to visit my website, which is my name, StacyHawkinsAdams.com. I'm also out here on Facebook under that same name, Stacy Hawkins Adams, and you can find me on other social media pages under Stacy Hawkins Adams, and on Twitter it's SH Adams. So hope that I will see you online and we can stay connected beyond the video today. But more importantly, I want to just kind of dive into some of the questions about my books. So as I said, I have penned 10 books, 9 novels, and then 1 nonfiction book. And I know some of my fellow authors have shared what their mission is as a writer and what has driven their books. For me, it's certainly writing messages that hopefully speak God's heart or share God's heart. But more specifically, I determined early on in my writing career that I needed to, in my work, speak to people who are either struggling with faith or running from God, or they're not sure about that, whole Christian thing. Because before I even started writing books, I was a newspaper journalist. I was a reporter full-time for 14 years for 2 daily newspapers. The longest stint was at the Richmond Times-Dispatch here in Virginia, where I live. And during the last 6 years of being a Metro Desk daily reporter, I also had an opportunity to write a faith-based column that appeared in the paper every Saturday. And I did that for 6 years in addition to my reporting. And what I discovered in writing that column was that I was hearing from readers from all walks of life. I heard from atheists who said, I don't even believe in God, but there's something about what you're writing that's so inspiring that's drawing me to your column every Saturday morning. And I would hear from Jewish people who would say, I'm Jewish, so our beliefs are not the same, but your column, the messages you share inspire me. And also certainly I heard from people who were struggling with faith, and they said that it felt like a safe space where they could kind of begin to understand more about how you could live out a journey of faith and still be who you need to be as a person. And so that really inspired me in my fiction. I wrote 2 novels while I was still working as a full-time reporter, and then the subsequent novels have followed since then. But I've always had a heart for creating characters who are multi-layered, who are just like the people that I just described that were reading my newspaper column. They are either struggling with faith, running from God, they've got a bad taste in their mouth because of an experience they had related to church or something related to faith. And hopefully my books show various characters at various stages. I'm always going to have one character who's deeply devoted and entrenched with faith, because that sort of serves as the voice of God. And then the other characters are just really like everyday folks who are at various levels dealing with everyday real issues, just struggling through everything from marriage, infertility, domestic violence, self-esteem issues, anything that women are dealing with on their journey to personal growth. Those are the kinds of things that I'm trying to tackle in my fiction and also in my nonfiction. So my first book was Speak to My Heart, which came out in 2004, and then my most recent book is called Finding Home. That book was published in March of 2015. So that's my body of novels, but I also try to still encourage people through my nonfiction writing. So I curate a blog now called lifeuntapped.com, LifeUntapped.com. And on that blog, I'm sharing sort of my own inspirational musings, but also letting other women share their stories. And so while that's not exactly like the novel you might read, a lot of the stories and messages you find on that blog really mirror what I'm trying to do in my fiction. So they really kind of balance each other out. So I wanted to share that. So I thought I'd launch into a couple of questions that you might have asked if I were here online live. And one was, how do I make my characters come to life? And I chose that question because a lot of times I will hear from readers who think that I am my characters. In my first book series, a lot of readers thought I was Serena. In my second book series, which launched with a title called The Someday List, a lot of people think I'm Rochelle. And so in my most recent series, am I Dana, Shiloh, or am I Jessica? So I have to tell you, I am none of those characters that I have created. They are definitely not myself. They're not people I know. They're not